Well, it's near the end of May 2019, and we have been getting so much rain that everything's been growing like wildfire. So I figured maybe I'd do a little brush hogging today. Of course, I don't think I've got a battery in here. Nope, definitely gonna need a battery. Now, the only battery I know of that has a full charge or charge that would definitely start that tractor is the big, huge battery in the Oliver 770. And the problem with that battery is it weighs a ton. It weighs more than your average battery, and to make matters worse, it barely fits in the ooh, look at that worm. It barely fits in the compartment there. This battery is the perfect size. I think this is the one that I had in there, but this one I tried charging, and it just has what they call a surface charge on it, and you put the meter on it and it's got voltage, but as soon as you put any load on it, it goes right down to nothing. This one I tried charging it in. This one actually says it's got about 300 cranking amps according to my meter. I have one of those battery load testers, which is really a handy thing to have, and you can buy one of those cheap enough at Harbor Freight. And what it is it's a voltmeter, but it has some wire wound resistors in there, and it's got a spring-loaded switch on it, and you press the switch and wait a few seconds, and the voltage will drop down as the resistors draw current off the battery. And then you take a reading and it tells you whether or not it's in the good range. So it's in the low cranking range, 300 amps. So the problem is, I think that might not be enough to start this, but it might be enough to start this with a jump. So maybe I can get this thing over and get the Oliver over here and jump start this. Of course, I wasn't home earlier, so I couldn't have done this job earlier. And now it's starting to sprinkle. I don't mind the light rain. It actually keeps the dust down, because I've developed a tendency to get poison ivy almost every time that I brush hog. What happens is, especially if it's hot and you're sweaty, any perspiration on your body, any dust that the brush hog kicks up sticks to that perspiration. And inevitably, I will end up brush hogging poison ivy, because there's a lot of it on the property. Much more than I care to have. So, anywho. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if it just started without having to jump it? See what I mean? Not totally dead, but it ain't happening on that battery alone. Oh, this is that meter I was talking about. So I don't even know what brand this is. I picked this up in my travel. Oh, see, this is a Chicago Electric, so I can guarantee you that this more than likely came from, yeah, this is the Harbor Freight. You can see item number 90853, 50 amp load battery and charging system tester. So what you got is you got this spring-loaded toggle switch that switches in and out this load resist. Well, it's probably like a nichrome wire type of deal. So it puts a load on the battery and converts it into heat. That's why this will get really hot. But the idea is you hook up the cables and connect clamps to the battery posts. Hold load for 10 seconds. So what you do is you hold this switch on for 10 seconds and you see where this drops down to when you read it. and it was dropping down to in that 300 green area, but I actually didn't have it on for a full 10 seconds. It probably would have gotten into weak. I'm almost positive that this will start. About 45 degrees out, so yeah, I know, end of May, and I don't even think it broke 50 today. Nah, it must have broke 50 today. It was like 45 this morning around 9 o'clock, so I don't know what I got up to today, but it's cool. It's seasonably cool. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Of course, I'm getting to be an old man now. I think my blood's too thin. Cold all the time now. See? Can't get away from it. Poison ivy. My nemesis. Now you're probably wondering, I don't want to walk through there. Hey, you're probably wondering, why did I shut the backhoe off if I'm going to use it to jump start? Well, because I never got around to straightening out that alternator deal. I really should get back to that, right? So the alternator's not doing diddly in that thing. So it doesn't make a difference if the motor's running or not. I'm going to have the same residual charge available in the battery regardless. Oh, almost hooked it up backwards. All right, let's give this a kick. Oh, you rat fink. Okay, this damn thing's gonna make me put that big giant battery in here just to start it. That's really annoying. Okay, that big Napa commercial truck battery is now installed. Whew. So yesterday, which was the 28th of May 2019, I had the brilliant idea of coming out here and doing some brush hogging. And well, that wasn't the sarcastically brilliant part. The sarcastically brilliant part was to do a video on it, you know, because hey, there's never a good reason not to do a video on something. I think I just kind of was wondering, hey, it's like you see Chucky 2009. The guy could take a video of going to the convenience store and buying a soda and probably get bazillion views, and then put 12 commercials in. Anyways, the guys like tractor videos. I get that. Who doesn't like tractors, right? So, stop rambling, Steve. Okay, long story short. Started raining really hard yesterday while I was brush hogging, and I shut the camera off because I figured I had enough video of me doing that. And then it started raining even harder, and I was getting soaked to the bone, and I said, you know what, enough of this. I like the light rain because it keeps the dust down, but it was getting pretty heavy. So I decided to head for home. And then I looked down and I realized that right here on the dashboard, where I had the mag mount with the GoPro on it, there was nothing. So what I did was I managed to, at some point, lose the GoPro. Now, if it fell off and went under the tractor and went under the wheel, well, I'm sad to say I'm pretty sure it's going to be, kaput. But I took a walk around in the rain for 15 minutes, getting even wetter, looking for it yesterday, to no avail. So, I'm looking to see whether or not it actually stuck to something when it came off, because it was a magnetic mount. But I didn't have any luck. Now, I basically concentrated my search on areas near the low-hanging branches, because my theory is that I was in close next to a tree, and it's not unusual for me to get some small branches and everything brushing up against me. My theory is that I knocked it loose with a branch, and so I think that's what happened. So I'm going to shut the camera off, and hopefully the next time that I turn this camera on, it will be to show you the GoPro, or what's left of it. Well, it's funny, I've been out here for about 15 minutes walking around. I was concentrating mostly around the trees and everything, and so I was thinking, again, the branches knocked it off. I was about to give up. I was thinking, at this point, I need to put younger eyes on this. And figured I'd wait until the kids get home from school and solicit their help. And I happened to be walking by here, and that little glint right there caught my eye. Do you see it yet? Right there. There she be. So there are the offending branches right there. Makes sense. I came around here and these branches right here, as little as they are, somehow snagged that camera and threw it off to the side, where I am very happy to report it was thrown clear, obviously, of the wheel of the tractor and of the brush hog itself. So it's in its protective case there, so it should actually, look at that, it's still turning on. That's a good sign. Yeah, I mean, these things are built for rugged use, right? So that makes complete sense to me that it seems to be working perfectly fine. All right, so I think I'll stop recording with this camera and see what the GoPro looks like. Hey, Alright guys, so it looks like the GoPro is back in business. A big water drop here on the lens protector. Now, this is a GoPro Hero 4. I inadvertently damaged the lens a while back, so it's got this permanent little fog area that can't be resolved. There's no amount of polishing that lens that'll get that out, and because I think it's damaged the coating of the lens. And that lens is it's bonded to the image pickup device, so it requires surface mount soldering technology, desoldering tools, and it's just not worth it to me. I'll probably end up botching the thing anyways, trying to do it with my soldering equipment, which is archaic compared to what they use today for this kind of work. And if I send this out for repair, you know, I mean, I could buy a working used Hero 4 off of eBay, probably with some accessories, or off of Facebook Marketplace someplace, decent working condition, probably for between 100 and 150 bucks, you know. So anyways, well, I guess we're going to close out this video. So looks like I gotta be well, you know what, maybe I just shouldn't video brush hogging. Maybe it's just not that interesting. I'd be surprised if anybody's still watching now. Well, you probably just were curious. You probably were like, you know, morbid curiosity. You wanted to see me pick up just shards of broken pieces of Hero 4. Because if the brush hog had gotten a hold of it, I imagine it would have really been something. You know. All right, take care. Thanks for watching, and if you actually enjoy this kind of senseless stuff, please consider subscribing. Chances are, if you're watching this, you probably already are subscribed. But hey, you know, gotta put the pitch in, right? Take care.